Good morning everyone, and welcome back to another What I Ate This Week on Slim and World video. So today's now Saturday, and yesterday I recorded my breakfast for you guys because it's something I have pretty often, and I don't usually show my breakfast in this, but I also was very aware that I wasn't going to be recording my dinner last night because I went out with my friends. So I'll tell you about that in a minute, but I'm going to show you what I made for breakfast yesterday morning first. So I've made myself some Turkish poached eggs for breakfast. If you've been around for a while, you will have seen this before. I originally found the recipe in the Two Chubby Cubs book and I absolutely loved it. I think it was when I was on Calorie Counting actually, but you can use it on Calorie Counting or Slim and World. I do have this pretty often, whether I'm on Calorie Counting or Slim and World or I'm just having a can't be arsed day. I do have this pretty often for my breakfasts on my days off. So I've got some fat-free yogurt which is sin-free, and that is seasoned with garlic and salt. I know it sounds weird but it's delicious. I've also got 2 poached eggs which is sin-free, and then I've got 1 tablespoon of Flora Light melted, that's 2 sins, and I've toasted a 1/4 teaspoon of chili flakes in that, and then I've also toasted a wholemeal pita to dip into the yogurt and the butter and everything, and that is my healthy extra B. And then I've also got a bowl of fruit on the side which has got strawberries and blueberries and banana in it. The strawberries and blueberries are speed and the banana is free. So my total sins for this morning's breakfast is 2 sins plus my healthy extra B. And then, like I said, I did not record my dinner last night because I was out for a meal with my friends. My friend Suzanne, I've said this so many times in recent videos, my friend Suzanne was over from Australia for the first time in about 3.5 years I think was the last time that I seen her. Because of the pandemic and everything, she's not been able to come across and even visit her family. Her dad died last year and she wasn't even, last year, the start of 2021, she wasn't even able to come across for the funeral or anything. So upsetting, but she wasn't even, it's the first time she's seen her mum and her sister since that happened as well. And I don't think her sister has ever met her little girl who she had in 2020 just before the pandemic. I know her mum did and her dad did as well, but I think they got back here just before the pandemic hit. And her sister's never met her niece, so it was so nice to see like all our pictures and all that have been on Facebook and all that, and it was so nice for us, me and my other 3 friends, so there was 5 of us in total, went out for a meal. We went to Gigi's over in Bonnyrigg, which is one of my favourite Italian restaurants. You guys that have been around for the last couple of years will have seen it before in Ali's 13th birthday vlog. I think it was his 13th birthday vlog we went there. It's delicious Italian food, and I had, for starter, oh my god, burrata. I have the same things every time I go there. I don't know why, I can't remember it. So I had the burrata for starter, which is delicious. If you don't know what burrata is, it's like a mozzarella cheese ball, but on the outside it's like the mozzarella, and on the inside it's like a creamy, soft, very fresh tasting cheese. Not like a Philadelphia, it's just, oh my god, it's so delicious. And that came with like a little bit of bread and tomatoes and basil and things like that. And then for my main course, I had the haggis tortellini and whiskey cream sauce. Oh my god, so delicious. It is my favourite thing. I'm going to say it's my favourite thing that I ever have at Gigi's, but I've literally never had any other main course at Gigi's. I've only ever had the haggis tortellini. It used to be haggis ravioli, but they've changed the pasta shape now. Still tastes exactly the same and it's still amazing. I love it so much. There was also 2 bottles of Prosecco consumed between 3 of us, and then I did drink quite a lot of water in between Proseccos because I did not want to have the Prosecco headache today, and it worked. Delicious lemon water. I know it's just water, but it had ice, loads of ice and lemon in it. It was really nice. And what else? Well, there was a focaccia bread in the middle of the table that we all shared. I think I had 1 or 2 bits of that, I can't remember. It wasn't very big. And then I finished off my meal with a cappuccino. I didn't have a dessert. I was absolutely full, just wanted a coffee at the end of my meal. It was so flipping good, and I really enjoyed being with my friends, like for the first time. I mean, I've met up with the other ones here, not all together, but here and there over the last wee while and everything, but it was just so nice, the 5 of us being back together. We've been friends since high school, so 25, 26 years. It's all like, it's my same group of friends for high school, and it was just, I just love it when we're all together. Anyway, that was my off-plan meal for the week. I'm not going to have an off-plan meal every week. This was one of the meals that I knew was going to be happening. We arranged this way back in May. I think it was May when we knew when Suzanne was coming and all that. Maybe it was the start of June, but it was arranged before I even decided to go back on Slimming World. And I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to let it affect the rest of my week. I'm not going to reduce my sins or try and have SP meals or anything like that. I'm not going to try and make up for it. Just going to carry on as normal. And you know, what will happen on the scales next week will happen on the scales. Anyway, now let me show you all the on-plan meals that I did have this week. Tonight for dinner we're having sticky chicken. I've made this fairly recently in the last couple of months, and I think I've done a recipe for it, so I'll link that video down below. The sticky chicken is basically chicken breast cooked in a marinade of balsamic vinegar, honey and soya sauce, and it works out to about 4 cents for the honey that I use. And then under the chicken I've got some stir fry veg, most of which is speed food. I think all of it is maybe. And then I've also made some homemade egg fried rice, which is also sin free. So the total sins for tonight's dinner is 4. And Ali's having the exact same as me, except I use toasted sesame oil to make his egg fried rice. I make it separate from mine, because you should hear that boy, if I make his egg fried rice or chicken fried rice without toasted sesame oil, he is not amused. Tonight was another off-plan meal as I was at my mum's for dinner. It actually wasn't that bad of an off-plan meal because it was a buffet salad. So you may have seen a couple of my mum's buffet salads over the last couple of years. She just puts everything out on the table as you do like a buffet, and we all just pick at it, and it is mostly cold stuff rather than cooking stuff in that. It's a cold buffet. We always just call it a Saturday salad, even though it's on a Sunday, we just call it a Saturday salad. And as you can see, I've got quite a bit of salad, actual salad, on my plate. It's got baby leaves, tomato, cucumber and sweet corn in it. And then I've sprinkled that with a little bit of cheese. I've also got a couple of cocktail sausages, some homemade tatty salad, which I love, 2 wee bits of cheese and onion quiche, and some slices of corned beef and pork loaf with egg, which are both my favourite kind of luncheon meat or cooked sliced meat. I love them both. And I've also got a wee bit of chicken breast there as well. And not pictured is 2 wee bits of buttered crusty bread that I also had. They were just wee bits. I think they were off like little baguettes rather than a full French loaf. So it's a fairly healthy-ish off-plan meal. Definitely not 100% on plan today. I'm over my sins, I think. But definitely a lot healthier than my meal on Friday night. Tonight for dinner I've made pad thai, which is my first time ever making it. In fact, it's my first time ever trying it. I've wanted to try it for ages, so I found a recipe. I didn't record how I made it as it was the first time I've tried the recipe, like I've said, and I didn't want to recommend it before I'd try it. But I will link the recipe that I used down below. It's not a Slimming World recipe, but I just swapped the oil for fry light and counted the sins for everything else. I also didn't add tofu to it because I don't want to do that. And I also doubled the recipe because I made some for Mark as well. So this has onion, garlic, spring onion and bean sprouts in it, which are all speed food. It also has dried rice noodles. It's important that I used dried rice noodles because the fresh ones, or the ones that you get in the chillers, do have sins, but the dried ones are sin free. The chicken breast used in it sin free. as is the fish sauce and the oyster sauce. And then I use some tamarind paste, which is 1 tablespoon. I used 3 tablespoons for the whole dish, so it's 1 of that per portion. And then the brown sugar, this is where all the sins are. The recipe says 3 tablespoons, but I doubled the recipe, so I used 6 tablespoons, and it's 3 a tablespoon, so that's 18 of brown sugar in the whole dish. So for 1 portion, that's 6 There's also some peanuts in there. I measured it out. 25 grams of unsalted peanuts is a healthy extra B choice. So there's some through the pad thai, and then I've topped it with some more chopped nuts. But in total, it's all 25 grams of nuts. So total sins for tonight's dinner is 7 plus my healthy extra B. And Ali's having the exact same as me tonight. Tonight for dinner, we're having burger and chips. I know I just had this last week, but it's burger season. I just want to eat quite a lot of burgers. This week I did not cook it on the barbecue because it was drizzling rain outside. I just done it in the frying pan with some fry light. And the burger that I'm using is the Asda frozen burgers, which are 2 I think it's for 56 grams, which is the size of the burger. I've got that on a wholemeal roll, which is my healthy extra B choice. I've also got a light cheese slice on there for 2 I've added some onions this week onto my burger roll for speed. I forgot to do that last week. And I've also got a tablespoon of ketchup on there for 1 And then I'm having some homemade Slimming World chips with that, which is free. And I've got a wee side salad, just a wee one because I'm running out of salad stuff. It's just got some lettuce, tomato and cucumber in there, and they're all speed food. And also not pictured, but I am going to add it, is 1 tablespoon of the Tesco's sweet chilli and garlic sauce for 2.5 So the total sins for tonight's dinner is 7.5 plus my healthy extra B. Tonight for dinner, we're having maple barbecue pork steaks. These are from the Fire Pit range at Tesco. And it comes up on the app at 5.5 each, which I think must include the marinade and the pork fat, because it seems quite high to just be from the marinade. It's not like a lot of marinade that you get. I am going to cut off all the fat because I won't eat it anyway. I don't eat fat, Slimming World or not, but I am still going to count the full 5.5 to protect my weight loss. It just seems a bit high. I think that 5.5 is definitely for the full pork steak. I'm also having some buttered new potatoes with that. I've just put 1 tablespoon of Flora Light in there, mixed it in with my potatoes, and that's 2 The potatoes are free. And then I've got some green beans, which is speed. I'm also having a little garlic bread made from a charge ciabatta roll, mixed herbs and garlic fry light. The roll's my healthy extra B. I'm basically having it now because I haven't had my healthy extra B. That would be a nice little addition to my dinner. Oh, and I've also got a tablespoon of Crucial's barbecue sauce on there as well. I just wanted more barbecue sauce, and that's half a So total sins for tonight's dinner is 8 plus my healthy extra B. So tonight I'm having my 3rd stir fry of the week. If I didn't know any better, I would think I'm pregnant, but I'm definitely not before anybody asks. I'm actually just making this because I want to use up the leftover oyster sauce and some bean sprouts from the pad thai that I made the other night, and I was going to make it tomorrow, but we're actually going out tomorrow, so I don't think I'm going to have the time to make it. So anyway, tonight we're having beef and broccoli and oyster sauce. The beef, the oyster sauce and the water chestnuts that I've used are all free. I actually wanted baby corn. I popped into Tesco to get some and they never had any, so I picked up water chestnuts instead. They're not speed, but they are sin free. And then the broccoli, the bean sprouts, the onion, the garlic, the ginger root and the spring onion are all speed. And I've got some dried egg noodles on the bottom and they're free. So tonight's dinner is completely sin free. And Ali's having the exact same as me tonight. He's just got a slightly bigger portion because he's got a bigger appetite than me. And that's all for this week's Meals of the Week. Thank you so much for watching this video, everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like it if you did. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time.